The CEO of Gearbox Software, Randy Pitchford, might be the most out-of-touch CEOs in gaming. Now, in a recent video posted by Nintendo on Twitter talking about the new Borderlands 4 game joining the Switch 2 catalog, now to signal boost that post, Randy quote tweeted it, emphasizing how he's happy for the game coming to the Switch. Now, up until this point, everything is fine. As a CEO, I'd venture to say it's okay to make a comment on something like that. And joining a new platform like Nintendo 2, it's a good idea. Well, a user replied with, Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to play $80 and feed into this notion a constant increase of the price tag. And I totally agree with this user. With more and more games coming out and budgets being thinner and thinner, gamers are having to pick and choose which game they're going to buy that month. And with the majority of these AAA studios games being busts, with notable recent titles added to the list, including Concord, and the now public naming of Marathon, Concord 2.0, which also I made a video on that. Go check out the video I posted a couple days ago to see how Bungie killed the game before it even launched. I'll also link that video down in the description so it's easier to watch. Now, gamers are focusing on purchasing indie titles that have more replayability and are also better on the budget. One that comes to mind is Schedule 1, and that totally threw what a game needed to be out the window and went totally degenerate, and it worked. With months after release, it's still hovering around 32,000 players. Now, Randy continued the conversation with this user saying, A, not my call, which you're the CEO of the company. I don't see how it couldn't be his call unless the board is against it or Nintendo is pressuring them to keep it at $80, which I could also see happening because Nintendo likes to keep their games at the same price so that those who bought it in the beginning aren't annoyed that other people are getting it for cheaper. And maybe Gearbox believes that the value of being on that platform is better than keeping those on the edge customers who are on PC, Xbox, or PlayStation who just simply can't afford the game. Now, he continued, B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was just out of high school, working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen. And people were surely concerned with the A part of that tweet, but the B part is what brushed people the wrong way. Now, a real fan isn't going to be the one who's going to be making sure you make profit on the game. With reports about it costing double the price of Borderlands 3, which came at a development budget of $140 million, making Borderlands 4 costing close to $300 million in development costs to make. And I don't believe they have enough real fans to pay $80 to cover that $300 million. Now, this story has gone viral with many YouTubers and writers making stories posting about this. And it makes me wonder if we're going to see another flop like we've seen AAA studios become known for. Now, to put it in perspective, the initial post got 300,000 views. The Twitter user's reply got 127,000. At the time of recording, the posts we're talking about, Not My Call and Real Fans Finding a Way, got 1.9 million views with 3.9K comments, 2K retweets and quote tweets, and only 500 likes, which makes it not look so good for having a positive PR, and this might be a negative PR nightmare, as this is being seen as the next You All Have Phones from the Diablo Immortal release, and even some believing that at this point will be the end of Gearbox Software, and we'll look at a couple more tweets and responses to this, with one user mentioning the price of Claire Obscure Expedition 33 being only $50. And I've seen online some saying it's in the Game of the Year contention. So you can either get a Game of the Year game or play a free-to-play game like Warframe, which is seeing player growth for sticking with its core community and creating a well-rounded game for those new and old to the title. Now, with all this, do I think Borderlands 4 is going to be worth the $80? No. Was I a fan of Borderlands 3? No. Did I purchase Borderlands 3? Yes. Will I be buying Borderlands 4? No, probably not. Probably not. Now, if more does come out about this story, I'll be sure to update you. Slop on.